What up? What up? What up, everybody? How you doing? What up, Bree Anderson? You are absolutely right. This is going to be great. How y'all feeling this evening? My name is Oye Sun, Team Taurus, Atlanta, Georgia, and my special guest tonight about the 5 magical things you must do in 2021 is no other than she's a citizen scientist. She's a medicine woman. She is an CEO. She's a HNIC. She's a boss. Her name is Jen the Rainmaker. How you doing tonight, Jen?
I'm doing amazing. How are you?
Man, I'm blessed by the best. I'm too sexy to be stressed. That's anything else is uncivilized, in my opinion. I like so where are you located and what's your team zodiac? My people, they love astrology, they love magic, and they like to like connect with folks and be like, yo, where are you? So where what part of the world are you in?
So first and foremost, peace and blessings to everybody and y'all's ancestors. I am located on the occupied Ohlone territory, which some people would call the Bay Area, some people would call Silicon Valley, more specifically in Discovery Bay, Capricorn Sun, Scorpio Moon, Aries rising in the house.
In the house, in the house, in the house.
Oh,
Okay.
and culture.
Yeah. So, yes, finding and being beasts. I just so happened to be working, and I said I need something to watch, and boom, right on time. Yes. So everybody that's in the room, please drop your city and state and what your team zodiac is, so we can give y'all a shout out. We can see what energies are present. All right. Yes, to the Bay Area. Okay. Okay. Here we go.
Yes.
Team Aries in the building. We see you, Tashara. Just relax, okay? Just paciencia, okay? That means be patient. We got it coming. So tonight, 5 magical things you must do in 2021. What you think about this topic, Jen? I didn't ambush you with nothing, but you think this is gonna be interesting tonight?
I think so. I love talking about all things magical. So I'm with it.
And Wichita, Miss Kansas in the building, another Capricorn. Jen just had a birthday too, y'all. Put y'all hands together for her. Louisiana's in the building. Is this the Bahamas? Somebody said the Bahamas? Team Pisces in the Bahamas, Tampa, Florida, all over the world, right? Y'all are going to be really excited about what we're about to share tonight. So, yeah. What up, Warren, Michigan in the building, Team Aquarius, Team Cancer in New York, Las Vegas by the way of Bay Area. Okay, Lawrenceville, Georgia in the building. MJ Shantae, you looking good, girl. Okay, she look like she ready to go out for New Year's Eve already.
She stay ready. You can tell. You can tell.
Stay ready, so you ain't got to get ready. Memphis, Tennessee is in the building. More Aries. Taurus is in the house. Leo's in here. Fresno in the building. Okay, Fresno. You must be April 18th or April 20th. You right there around that day, right? Team Scorpios, Eastern Pennsylvania. Who had a good time last night on the full moon in Cancer? I know it was some rituals out here. Also make sure that y'all, what up, Cheryl? Also make sure y'all press 2 if y'all share this video. It's super important that you care to share, right? Don't keep it all to yourself. There's plenty of me and Jen to go around, right? So I'm gonna tell a story. That's how we get started. All right, Team Sagittarius. I know you love stories. California, Empire Island, Aries Sun, Taurus Moon, Sag Rising. Definitely good vibes. What up, Amber? So, okay, let me hide this for a second. The other night, I'm minding my business. Where's my minding my? I was just minding my business in Clubhouse, right? I know everybody's on Clubhouse. Make sure y'all follow Jen the Rainmaker and Oye Sun. You can find me Oye517, and you can find Jen the Rainmaker in Clubhouse. So I was doing something called, I think the room was
HD.
Astrology, HD, and mushrooms. How to use astrology, HD, and mushrooms in 2021 to grow spiritually. And I was just, and so Jen comes in, and I was speaking my wishes into existence. I was, I was informing that I was like, I really don't want to keep doing astrology readings. I want to I want to work with execs at Facebook and Google and LinkedIn and things like that. And Jen was like, oh, she came on first and she said the same thing she just said to y'all. She said, Peace and blessings to you, your family, and your ancestors. And nobody had ever spoken to my ancestors before in their initial greeting to me. And I was just like, oh, you special. And my sister's name is Jennifer. And I was like, this is a double up, right? And she started talking about, oh, look who else is in here. Another projector with a 31. What up, Rob Bay in the building? More Jupiter group is up in here. So Jen says, the way you're explaining astrology is really, really easy to understand. And this is what I've been looking for. And I was like, well, that's great. And then she says, yeah, I've already spoken in Facebook and Microsoft and LinkedIn and all that. And I can help you with that. Now, my religion is sequence of events. So obviously something that I have been doing has led me to meet Jen in a position where she says she can help me and my ancestors, which are right there, you know, and the Jade Emperor, who is right there, right. And I'm all about allowing, which is right there, okay. And I was like, okay, what do you do? So now she starts to talk, and I was like, let me find out about who this is, right? So I came over and clicked on her Instagram. All of y'all need to be following Jim the Rainmaker. In about 15 minutes, you're gonna understand why. And then I clicked on, I was like, descendant of the Chichimeca Dream Warriors. I was like, what's a dream warrior? Reprogram your subconscious. She had me right here. Create your life while you sleep. I was like, uh-oh, good copy. Lucid dreaming, dream planning, laughing heals. You know my next step. I had to click on that. So I go on, it says Dream U University and waitlist, 18 and over. That'll be me. I'm 19. And I get to this Dream U University virtual open house. And then I left. I did. I left. I didn't even watch it. I just came back and started doing other stuff. Right? I was like, because I'm still on Clubhouse. And I got to watch it later. But she started talking about the dream stage and the things that are possible and what she represents. And so now I'm just going to, before I go back to that, I'm going to say, Jen, who in the hell are you? Before we get into these 5 magical things that you must do, and the way you just enticed me in through your website. Tell the people about you and where you're from and, man, how you get down. And you can even tell them how you told me this morning I'm not dreaming big enough.
You got to dream bigger, dream about those billions. So
Yeah.
my ancestors were Chichimeca dream warriors. They believed that our dreams create our reality, but that you could program your dreams to create the reality that you want. That you could cancel dreams that you determine were going to cause you things that you don't want, or you could even redream dreams. They preserved these teachings for thousands of years through our oral tradition, passing them on parent to child, teacher to student. They prophesied that during this time the teachings would be needed, and so it was in about 2012 that we were allowed to share them publicly. And part of what I do is I help people program their dreams to create the reality that they desire.
That part right there, right? And so she said some other fly stuff too. And I was just like, say what, say what, say what? I was like just listening and on it, right? And so I was like, I'm gonna hit you in your DM, which is what I did. And then she was like, nice to meet you. We'll talk next week. And I was like, no, we won't. This conversation is not gonna get cold. I'm gonna talk to you Saturday or Sunday. She was like, all right, let's holler on Sunday. We were only on the phone for 3 hours and 40 minutes. That's all. That's all. That's it, right? And I only want one thing for Christmas, to go to bed early. That's it. We just talking, and me and Jen got all these things in common. We're talking about human design, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes if y'all want to. And we're talking about astrology, and we're talking about tribes, and we're talking about lineage. And she was qualifying herself, even though I didn't even ask her. And she was just like, oh, I was just like, well, can you help me get to bed early? Because I want to get up in the morning so I can do my spiritual practice from 6 to 9. And she was like, why are you going to do all that? She said, you could just do your spiritual practices in your sleep. One more time.
I can't hear it.
It was the scary tone. I was just like, oh, the angels. So when she started explaining about the 1 megahertz and the 4 megahertz, it was over at that point. So I'm just gonna fast forward to that part of the conversation. So I have all these spiritual, like these notebooks right here. I need at least 90 days for each one. That they have different esoteric things that I've been collecting over the last 30 years. And I'm not going, I say I have to be an immortal. I'm gonna have to live to be 150 just to practice everything for 90 days. And Jen says, no, you can do this in your sleep. So Jen, can you tell me again and explain it to folks how or why should I be doing my spiritual practices and my magical practices in the dream state versus doing them consciously?
It is said that when we are in our awake state, so first of all, there's an energy that is said to when we are awake. It's called the Nawal. And it also means Nehwa. It means I, but it's the art of I, the true I, the unlimited one.
Coffee's ready.
There is a energy that's
But you can listen. You don't have to go get it right now. It's
for
good.
Onatua, which means the sun. When we go to sleep, these energies automatically exchange places. There's nothing that we need to do for that to happen. What happens to most people is that the Nawal is this undomesticated energy, what you could call the subconscious, and it begins to do whatever it wants to do. And our tonal goes to sleep. It's like snoring. So what we do is we learn to merge the two energetic bodies in our heart space so that now not only is there a watcher in the dream, but there's somebody that can command. There's somebody there at the command station saying, this is the reality I want to create. This is what I want you to dream. And in our dream state, the ancient ones didn't have a name for measures of energy, like we call it like megahertz. So I just kind of use this example. But they did say the dream state is 4 times more powerful than our waking state, which means that everything we do in our waking state is at a 1 megahertz. Everything in dream is at 4. It does require more energy. So we do a practice called semi, which is drinking the sacred nectar of life, which is the energy of the sun, to increase our energy to be able to command and control the dream.
She she had me right there too. There's so many times when she's talking that it was another fish hook. She was like, I'm gonna show you how you drink the nectar of the sun. Just drink it down real casual, like, okay? So I didn't mean to interrupt. Please go back. Please continue.
So most people will do things in a state of consciousness where it's this megahertz of 1, then they go to sleep, and now this megahertz of 4, this undomesticated energy, subconscious, whatever you want to call it, is running around, and it's kind of like doing the opposite of what we desire in our waking state if we're not programmed to do certain things. And if we're not commanding our sleep state to do certain things. So this is why oftentimes people feel like, well, I'm doing my affirmations, I'm doing all these practices, it's not really working, or I take 2 steps forward, 1 step back, because you're doing things, your dream state is kind of erasing everything that you just did. And also, we do a practice called dream planting, which it's really the Mexicatsin. So the Mexicatsin is a 5-step movement that you do right before you go to sleep. The most recent brain science tells us that there are 2 states that are best to reprogram your subconscious. The hypnagogic, right before you go to sleep, the hypnopompic, right as you're waking up. We spend a third of our lives, on average, sleeping. 1/3, which means by the time we're 75, we would have spent approximately 25 years sleeping. And so most people think they need more time, but really it is accessing the dream state to where now you can use those 25 years to your benefit, and you could also be doing your spiritual practices in the dream state which is going to be much more powerful and much more effective than doing them in the waking state. See, when we do things as dream warriors in our waking state, we enter into an altered state of consciousness using certain breathing practices that help us into this state of insomniation, which is dreaming while awake. So even our healing practices are done in a dream state, even though we are awake.
She had me again when she talked about breathing. She's like certain breathing patterns. So she doesn't know that I teach Tai Chi. She doesn't know that I want to write a book and do a whole course on called there's a course in miracles, but there's no course in breathing that I want to do. She didn't know any of this. She didn't know any of this. She doesn't know that I have a device that ran me about $600 that I sleep with under my pillow like every night that helps me travel to what we call the invisible college. She didn't know any of these things because that's nothing that I actually talk about. And she's just, every word coming out of her mouth is in my religion, which is called sequence of events. And I'm a Virgo rising, and I'm an emotional generator, and I got an open head, and she has a defined head. And so she's just pouring all this stuff in here, and I'm just like, woo, and it's nutritious. So like, it's okay if you like have your head open and you get nutritious wisdom. Sometimes we have our head open and you get Burger King, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So Jen was giving me Whole Foods or some high-end thing, Trader Joe's or something like that. But it wasn't no junk. And I was just like, I said, she's way past too many coincidences at this point. And so, and it's after this big thing, the Great Conjunction. So I was really salty, Jen, about all these non-astrologers all the month of December and November talking about this Great Conjunction, but they not really astrologers. So I made a whole video about the lies they're telling. And I was like, the conjunction's been going on since July. Now what? Right? So, but I had been doing certain things because we decided to do a fast on Thursday before the Great Conjunction. Then on the Great Conjunction, I was going to break my fast. And then I got a phone call at the grocery store that I'm not breaking my fast. I was going on a mushroom journey with 22 other people that night. So on the Great Conjunction, I'm transdimensionally traveling like Doctor Strange with 21 other people that aren't even in Atlanta. And I'm asking, who am I? I was like, let me be clear about who I am moving forward. And then 4 days later, I meet Jen, the Dream Warrior, the Rainmaker. And now we're here to talk about 5 magical things you must do in 2021. And while we were on the phone in the second hour talking to Jen, I got on the phone and started calling people on 3-way. Jen, am I lying or what happened?
No, tell the truth.
I had to call my man and was like, hey, bro, I just paid for the course and you are too. He was like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And Jen started breaking it down because I got her warmed up now. So she's already comfortable. She's 3 hours behind. So she's telling him, and he says, wait, General Firewater, if anybody knows him, just an absolute super Saiyan. He says, so in this Dream Warrior state, I can think about a book that I read 20 years ago, but I don't have the actual book. I don't have contact with the person, but I am able to go and recall that whole book. And Jen, what did you answer and tell him?
Yes.
She said it so nonchalantly too. She was just like, that's just like saying, is that Ganesha on your sweater? Yeah. Do you have locks? Yeah. Are those headphones? Yeah. Does that say road? Yeah. And it was like, what? What? So we martial artists. So then we tried to push the envelope. We said, Jen, she just listened probably. She probably was like, yeah. We said, can we like go back in time and meet a master that's not even living now and practice with them again? And Jen said,
yeah.
Okay, Jen, now you're going to have to explain both of those to the people who weren't there. Like, how how does that even work? Don't even tell me like what, but how does that work that and for those of you who are taking notes, this is the first magical thing that you must do in 2021. You must be able to access the dream state so you can wake up. Because a lot of y'all been talking about, I'm woke, right? Well, let me help you with this right here. Now this is Jen. Jen been popping off in her Instagram, right? So let me go over here real quick, show y'all what she been popping off. She been hitting hard. This was the one. Wait a minute. Take something to the land, dream water, sleep with the head to the east. I already had that one.
I think it's in the middle on the that you're talking about. I think that's the one you're talking about. But up above it.
No. Was it this one? I don't know. I can't think of it.
I want that one. Click on that one. I think that's the one you're looking for. That one.
I put you to sleep. Yes. Because she says, my ancestors said if you could not wake in the dream, you would not be woke in your waking reality. They actually said if you were not conscious in the dream, you would not be conscious in your waking reality. You would be part of the waking dead. We're just gonna let that soak in for a second. And there aren't any typos in here. So you meant what you said, Jen? You meant what you said?
Yes, that is what they said.
And this is an actual fact that if you can't be conscious in your dream state, then how in the world can you be conscious in your waking state, right?
Yeah, because you have to be able to command and control it. And it said that that who we are with the sun is created by our Nawal, is created by what some would call subconscious, but what we call the Nawal. So what we're doing is we're changing who we are with the sun by commanding that energy to do what we want it to do. Because right now, this is doing whatever it wants to do. It's like they say you either command the movement or you are commanded by the movement. There are 4 movements in a day: the morning sun, the midday sun, the sunset sun, the night sun. Most people wake up and they just go about their day. They're never commanding the movement, commanding how they want their day to go. So imagine going down a river, right? And you're in this canoe and you don't have an oar. Slamming you up against the rocks because you don't even have any control. So when you begin to command the movement, it's like now you have the oar and you're the one that is in control. And it's like, and somebody I told this story to, they're like, I love that analogy. And also it makes me think of the song. Row, row, row.
Row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. If life is only a dream, now I go back to, they say I'd rather be a warrior in the garden than a gardener in a war, right? So if you're going down the stream, you don't have any warrior training. That's why it's called dream warrior training, right? So the number one magical thing that you can do for yourself for the rest of your life, really, not just 2021, is to be able to command your dreams. Aren't you tired of being commanded? Press 5 if you're tired of being commanded. If you'd like to start commanding and you're tired of commanding, tired of taking commands, press 5. Let me see how many folks I got. Let me see how many 5s we got. Sasha Octavia says it really works.
Hey, Sasha.
Yes. And make sure y'all press 2 and share this video because somebody needs to see this because I know some other folks is tired of being commanded. So I know I's tired. Cheryl is tired. Lotus is tired. Natasha is tired. Sylvia's tired. Kimberly's tired. Finding and being Miss B is tired. Look at the 5s. Everybody's tired of being, oh, wait a minute. a bunch of fives, like 55 quadrillions and stuff like that. See that? I absolutely was tired. And I'm a powerful being. I know I am, because I know that me and Jen were in the belly of a star. Last year when I got initiated into the Jade Emperor priesthood, the people that were there, I have known them for billions of years. But finally something happened in the sequence of events to get us to come together. And the same thing was for Jen. I think she said we were dreaming each other. Something like that. That's how we finally connected.
So it says that you meet everybody in a dream before you meet them in your waking reality. Most people think of deja vu. I call it dream ja vu, because you dreamt everybody before you actually meet them. And so that's why most people, they feel like, oh, I've been here before, even if you don't remember your dream. And also, I tell people, like, you don't have to have any sort of special ability to learn these practices, in the sense that whether or not you remember your dreams now, the practices are going to help you, because sometimes you don't have enough energy stored to remember your dreams, and sometimes the energy isn't rising above your first three energy centers.
Mm.
Go to these upper energy centers for you to even be able to remember them.
Somebody had a good question, or I'm gonna turn it into a question. She said, I'm chased in my dreams every night and I be tired, boss. So talk about that for a second, Jen. What do you guys like? What comes to mind when you see this?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell a story. There was this woman that said that she was having these recurring nightmares. And I asked, because oftentimes people think they're having nightmares. So I like to get clarity. What is a nightmare? What is happening? And she said she was being chased all the time, her whole life. And I said, what I want you to do is, in the dream state, stop running, turn around, and ask, what are you?
Mm.
When she did that, the answer she got was, I'm love. Here is somebody that wanted love their whole life, but subconsciously they had a fear of it. So
Mm.
they were running from it. So when she finally did that, that dream stopped.
Mm.
Times in a dream, when if somebody dies in a dream, death to us doesn't mean death, it means rebirth and transformation.
Mm.
Have to look at what is dying in the dream, what needs to be reborn and transformed. Now, that's a very general blanket kind of a statement, right? So, certain people do have different prophetic dreams, but generally speaking, death means rebirth and transformation. And another reason why people don't remember their dreams is because they actually have a fear of death. Because they say when we go to sleep, kind of the closest thing we experience to death in our waking or in our lives, because we go to sleep, we lose consciousness, we don't know what is happening. And also, people talk about astral projection, but what about astral protection?
Ooh.
Dream state is more susceptible to picking up different energies. We have to be protecting ourselves in our dream state. This is why I don't generally tell people how to astral project unless we're talking about astral protection first and protecting you in the dream state.
We still at number one. We ain't even gave you the other four yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, does this make, is it making sense to anybody? Let's just do it. I like to check people's pulse on a scale of 1 to 10. Does this make sense to you all, and why I felt it was so important to bring this, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like, oh, and then 1 being, nah, I still don't get it. And I'm going to wait for some responses. Now, Jen, you grew up in Silicon Valley, right?
Yeah.
And there's a movie called Inception with Leonardo DiCaprio, right?
Mhm.
Talking about, doing different things in the dream state. And this got, it had a huge budget to like make all these graphics and make the things bend and stuff like that. Do these CEOs, corporate heads, know about these similar techniques, and are they using them for profit, so they can generate these things and live the lives, live these magical lives that they keep showing us on Lifestyles and the Rich and Famous? Yes or no?
Absolutely. Yes, they do.
Mm,
They
mm, mm, mm.
do heavy into this kind of work.
So why would you want to let a guy like me who stays in Atlanta get the same access to that power as Silicon Valley cats?
I mean, for me, this is my calling. This is my passion. And you do have to go through an application process, right? Like I have to feel that you're going to be a good fit, that you're going to use them in a good way and doing these things. Because these teachings for me personally are meant to plant dreams not just for ourselves but for future generations. My intent is to impact trillions of people's lives, and I say trillions because I want these teachings to live on long after I pass, and I want them to bring balance back to Mother Earth and everything that we see that's happening right now. And so for me, I grew up in the hood.
Mm.
San Jose. I was raised by a single mom, and so for me, it's just really important for me to give back to people that I think are going to really value it, appreciate it, honor it, using it in a good way, right? And so I love helping people, and I just think that as people of color specifically too, because dreaming was huge in ancient Kemet as well.
Talk about it.
And when the colonizers came, they burned, so the thing is that the story that we hear about what happened in like ancient Mexico with Moctezuma being a traitor, there's a different story in the dream warrior lineage that he was a dream warrior as all leaders and people of power had to be. And this knowledge was originally only given to leaders and priests and people in power, or what you would the equivalent of a priest, right? And what happened was Moctezuma had a prophetic dream about the invasion, about what was going to happen. And when we have a prophetic dream about the collective, there's not really anything that we can do. If it's a prophetic dream about ourselves, we can change it. So he knew that was going to happen. So he tried to stop all of the bloodshed. Unfortunately, the next person in line ordered his assassination. So he already kind of knew these things were going to happen.
Mm.
And so what actually killed them was that when the Spaniards fell into the body of water that the Aztecs washed themselves in, that is how the warriors actually died, because then when they were going to wash themselves, that water was now infected. And so what happened was the the next in line, the Tlohani, the spokesperson, saw that Moctezuma's prophecy came true, went out into the community and said, we are going to preserve these teachings through the oral tradition, passing them on parent to child, teacher to student, until it was, again, around 2012, when they will be needed again. They can be revealed. They risked their lives to preserve these teachings. When the Spaniards came, it said it took them months to burn the thousands of books that existed, not just with the dreaming knowledge, but with all of the knowledge that they have. And there's only 16 codexes that remain, but it's not even the dream warrior teaching. And so also, ancient Kemet, the dreaming was huge for them. They had temples dedicated to dreaming and dream incubation. And the leaders would go to these dream guides and these dream oracles. And they would seek their guidance, and they would ask them to dream certain things for them, to get messages in the dream state for them. So for me, I want people to remember, I want people of color to remember their power of what exists within them. The true purpose of dreaming is for us, we call it the blossom dream. Nikan Kanta Miksoch. I meet you in the flower dream, the lucid dream. Flowering, flowers and dreams, they represent you healing your bloodline. They represent you shedding the things you no longer need. They represent you learning from precious knowledge and wisdom. They represent you clearing the obstacles. They represent you reaching your own inner heavens or inner skies.
Mm.
Because there's a pattern of dreaming that has been passed down through lineages. So when people say alcoholism runs in my family, trauma, abuse runs in my family, there's a pattern of dreaming that runs in your family, and it takes a living one to stop it. So when you do this work, you free your ancestors, your present bloodline, and your future descendants as well.
Mm. Where's my applause? Let me get my applause in the game. Matter of fact,
I don't think it's working. I can't hear it.
you can't
I can't hear it.
you can't hear that. Mm.
I don't know if anybody else can like that.
That's terrible. That's terrible. It's okay. We're gonna figure it out what's going on. But I'm pressing the buttons. Brandon says answers to questions I haven't even asked yet. Dream incubation. Like I need just a little bit more on dream incubation in Kemet or in all ancient cultures, because we know wherever there was a pyramid, there's shared technology. So there's mounds all over America. There's pyramids off the coast of China underwater. There's Atlantis. There's Venusians. There's extraterrestrials that are here on the planet that live in the subterranean. Like these aren't like ooh ahs. Nobody should be getting ooh ah right now just because I said it. Okay, like I couldn't have made this up. But this dream incubation, like, just give me a little bit more about. You said that the priest would go there to practice this dream incubation, because incubator is like where things grow at. Like, you take something that's not fully ready yet and you put it in an incubator. Like how it, as it was explained to me, like in relationships, a woman is an incubator. You give her a little bit of frustration, she give your ass a headache. You give her some inspiration, she may give you a whole blueprint. So, so how is that the same way with the dream incubator, especially with this whole part about people falling asleep watching scary movies? They're programming their, oh, you just fell all the way back. You just was like, you just hit the.
One of the elders in my community says, don't watch anything you don't want to live. Horror movies and scary movies. And also we close our TVs, we close our mirrors, we close our computers, we close our phones because they're portals. They're said to be portals. And the way we do that for anybody that is watching, you take your hand. So this is my phone. If I'm going to close it, I'm going to go here. I'm going to spin 4 times counterclockwise. Okay. I'm going to do the sign of the cosmic cross, or you can do the sign of the Ankh, and you're going to close it. Because those things are sending and they're projecting energy, especially the TV. You got to close that thing constantly, and we cover them when not in use, and mirrors when not in use. Except with the bathroom and things like that, you just close the bathroom door.
my. Someone, fourth love of beauty said, guard your eye and ear gate. There were a couple of comments I wanted to address before we get to the other 4 things you better be doing in 2021. So now hopefully we got y'all's attention. Let me show you how you do at least one of these things, right? So one of these things, how do I get in the program? So you come over to Jen the Rainmaker on Instagram, right? You click on this button right here, and it's going to open up her link tree, which all of you business owners should have. Then you click on that, and then you're going to have the Dream U University. This is the virtual tour. I spent 30 minutes watching it. You can spend 30 minutes watching it. Especially when you get kind of like to the end, like that's one of her testimonials. But over here, this is what she was talking about, drinking the sunlight. I was in way up here, right? Like with the testimony, I was already in. I was like, okay, that could be me. And she started teaching again. But when she got like right over here in the 20s, I was like, oh, hell, I just went ahead and scroll down and click, get on the waiting list.
Oh, and I do want to let people know that we do accept health spendings accounts and FlexPay. So if your company, if they have health spending account or FlexPay, we do accept that. And also if your company has like professional development funds, we accept that as well.
So a lot of y'all who, okay, Let me just pause this because she made a great point. There's something called golden handcuffs. Jen, you know what golden handcuffs are?
I've not heard that before.
Golden handcuffs are when you go to school, you get a great education, you get a lot of training, you can fill out a resume that just makes you look like, white Jesus, and you get this great job, and then you start getting promoted, and you start making more and more money, and you start traveling around the world, and then you can afford everything that you couldn't afford when you were little. You've paid off your student loan, your credit score is great, and then something inside of you wakes up and you want to do way better than the person who's paying you. You want to pay yourself what someone else is paying you. You want to be an entrepreneur. You want to be a business owner. But your mortgage is $2,600 because you got a $400,000 house, 4,000 square foot house, and you got other properties, and you're still spending just a little bit outside of your means, even though you make $400,000, $500,000 a year. So you got these golden handcuffs on, and you can't leave. You can't leave your job because even on the outside, you got the car and the travel and the vacation and all of that. You still are a prisoner to this job. So we call those golden handcuffs. If you work at Walmart, you can't leave. They're just regular handcuffs. Right. But if you got a job that's giving you 6-7 figures and then you don't know a way out, those are golden handcuffs. So I have a program. I have several programs that I teach that prepare you to pick the lock on the golden handcuffs, right? The moon magic, the astrology, the prosperity 365, the meditation, the goal writing. You have to have all of that so you can know who you are. And then here comes Jen. Are you commanding the dream that you're already doing that while you're working on getting the handcuffs out? Because the basic rule is when you create your 5 to 9 that you work on after your 9 to 5, the rule is you need to be making as much in your 5 to 9 as you're making in your 9 to 5. So if you're making $400K a year from Mr. Charlie, that's what we call him, then you got to be making $400K a year working for Mr. Rufus. I work for Mr. Rufus. I come to work when I want to. I work as long as I want to. I can get a raise every time I open my mouth if I want to. That's Mr. Rufus. Everybody wants to work for Mr. Rufus, period. Mr. Rufus encourages you. He loves you. He believes in you, and he wants you to make as much money as you want. Mr. Charlie don't care about you. Your mother, you can be a woman, pregnant, your mama just died, and your menstrual cycle's on, which that's impossible to be pregnant, and your menses on, and he don't want you to be late from your break. You got 15 minutes, you should be back on the phones at 14 minutes and 39 seconds. And if you were over 15 minutes and 15 seconds, Mr. Charlie is like, excuse me, what are we doing? And you can help Mr. Charlie take his company from 100,000 to 100 billion and work there for 26 years and go to Mr. Charlie and say, can I have a 3-cent raise? And Mr. Charlie will say, we don't have it. See, I can't stand Mr. Charlie. You want to know about me? That's why I do these things, Jen. Jen's learning about me now. She's like, oh, he's kind of crazy. This is for Mr. Charlie. Some of y'all can't do this. I can do this to any person in the world I want because I work for Mr. Rufus.
It's funny because we learn practices to harness the energy of the moon, and each finger is associated with a different cycle of the moon. And it is the middle finger that's a site that is the full moon. So when I do it, I'm like, fuck you to the fullest.
Hold that. You want them sideways or you want them right there? Right. In martial arts, this is the black cobra, but that's another story. Let's just put
my dream state.
Shh, they ain't signed up yet. Pause. Paciencia. Okay. So yes, so you want to get on the waiting list, right? You want to get on the waiting list, watch the video, get on the waiting list, and then Go ask Mr. Charlie, do you have a health savings account? Do you have flex pay? Because then you could get Mr. Charlie to pay and finance your freedom.
Exactly.
Period. This was the illest thing. This was the illest thing. Jen shared this with my team, with now our team, just yesterday morning, and we was like, "Say what?" She was like, "Yeah, we can personal development. Isn't that what you do, OE?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm the best." She was like, "Well, you should be identifying with people who have a health savings account." Matter of fact, I might even do a Google search and just be like, "What companies have a health savings account?" and start approaching them. That way, it's just no excuse. Then you say you used to work at Bank of America. They give you how much a year?
They were giving me 1,500 a year at Bank of America.
When she was with Mr. Charlie. You see what I'm saying? So, message.
And I do want to say, after they fill out the application to get on the wait list, they will receive another email to book a call with me because everybody has to book a call with me. So they need to go to their junk and spam to check, but they have to check to get the book the call.
Yes. So after you fill this out, right? Are you serious about manifesting your dream life? This is a heavy question right here, right? If you press no, just don't even hit submit. You just stop right there. But when you get down here and hit send, then wait and for another email to book your call. All right. And what else was I about to say? What was I about to say? What was I about to say? Yeah, I will do this tonight before you go to sleep. Period. It ain't gonna take you but a few minutes, right? You could be doing it right now. But this is how you get on the waiting list, which is not gonna be long. And you get the other email and you schedule, right? And then the program starts on the 20 on 111. Voila. Jen has so many numbers that she'll throw at you too. She'll be like, "Oh, this is the codex for this, and 74 means this, and 38 is this right here, and the 222 is over here." So yeah. So yes, please. This is the number one. This is the number one thing to boost your high end magic right here. And what I love about it, I remember what I was gonna say. This program isn't for everybody, and that's okay. This program is not for everybody. This is for those who want to be Navy SEALs. This is for people who want to change their life. I don't believe that 2021 is probably 2026, and you thinking it's 2021. They've already got the Cadillac prototype of the 2024s and 2025s right now. You actually don't know what time it is. You actually don't have any time to wait. You don't have time to wait 2 more days and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this." Like, take action now. That's what you should be. That's a magical movement. Get you some oars where you can get down into the water. Okay, that'll be smart. Um, some other people, before I start talking about the other four things, I guess they had some questions for Jen. She says, "I tend to have a lot of control in my dreams. I can feel, smell, and taste in my dreams. Is Tashara Nisbet a good candidate already, Jen? Yes or no?"
Yes, absolutely.
Um, Oluwasi says, "Go to sleep versus sleeping off. Go to sleep with intentions for the sleep adventure instead of sleeping off because you are tired." There's a lot of smart people I follow that follow me, Jen, too. I just want to give them big shouts out. Why does astral projection happen at any time? Now, we got somebody who can probably answer this. Jen, what do you say about this one?
It depends. Some like kids, they can astral project all the time. They haven't gotten those, cords, if you will, that keep them in the body. So we learn how to unlock certain things, like certain energy centers, so that you can astral project. But some people, they always just have that natural ability to astral project. But that also, you need to make sure that you are protecting yourself in the dream state. So I do have a document to open up sacred space for dreaming to protect you, and it's free. So you can message me on Instagram and I'll send you the document. I will tell you it is in Nahuatl. So the language of my ancestors is Nahualism or Nahualism is the body of knowledge that these practices fall under. Which there was dreaming, there was ceremonies, there was dances, there were the breathing practices, a complete separate body of knowledge, right? But that we incorporate and weave into the dream practices. And the language Nakwa, it's a tonal language. So when you speak it, you're actually activating energy centers. It's like Hawaiian, the actual like language is a tonal language. English is not tonal. It's not activating energy centers. And again, they kind of pulled us from that, right? So when you're speaking it, you can activate not just the energy centers, but also help to balance them out. And so the document is in Nahua and English. So try to kind of sound it out, but don't worry, you're not going to mess it up. But it's a document to protect yourself. You should be opening up sacred space for dreaming, and you can keep it open for a full moon cycle, and then you close it and you reopen it.
I'm gonna need that. I didn't know you had that, but I'm gonna need that. Okay.
Yeah, that's going out to, you're being emailed that today, actually.
Okay, good. Let me get that myself. Natasha says, I have a friend who hasn't had a dream in over 15 years. How can she reactivate that part of her subconscious?
So we all dream. It's just that we don't remember our dreams. Some of us, again, it's because we don't have enough energy to remember it. Some of us, because the energy is not rising above the first three energy centers. Some of it is because there's a fear of death. But also, it could be that you have never actually tried to remember your dreams. So I often ask people that say, I don't remember my dreams. I said, have you ever asked to remember your dreams? So again, before you go to sleep, command, I'm going to dream this. I'm going to create this for myself in my waking reality. And I'm going to remember this dream in the morning. And then you have 8 dreams in a night. When you wake up, that's when you've had your 8 dreams. So you're either a mental person or a kinesthetic person. If you're a mental person, you're going to simply ask, what was I dreaming as soon as you woke up? What happened before that? What happened before that? You're going backwards. Where did it start? Previous dream. What was I dreaming? What was I dreaming? Where did it start? Previous dream. So try that method. Then, if you notice that it's still really not working, try the method if you're kinesthetic. Stand up, and take a step, feet together. Then you're going to take a step back, and you're going to say, "What was I dreaming? What was I dreaming? Like what happened before that? What happened before that? Where did it start? Previous dream. What was I dreaming? What was I dreaming? What happened for that?" You're going to do that for a set of 8 dreams. So most people don't remember because they have no desire to remember. So the subconscious is like, well, you don't care, so what's the point? You know, why would he give you that information? He's not asked. Ask and you shall receive.
It's so I speak Bible, hip hop, and street. And so the street interpretation of that is closed mouths don't get fed on the boulevard. You know, you have not because you ask not, right? And like, I ain't the smartest person, but I absolutely am not the dumbest person. And I did not even know that. To just ask. And most of the things, this is like why I'm bringing this up, because this is Operation Mustache. Most of the stuff is right underneath your nose, and it's simple. She's not even explaining nothing. Like I'm trying to wait till she gets to the challenging stuff that's complicated. Like everything she's said thus far has been, I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. There hasn't been, I haven't even written anything down. I'm just like, I'm going to remember that. I'm going to ask. And then if not, I'm going to get up and uncover that sexy mirror that I just covered that I have in my bedroom. And then I'm going to start taking steps backwards, because I'm kinesthetic. I've been saying I was kinesthetic since I learned what the word kinesthetic was. I am clairaudient as well. And there's a part where I am frustrated in the morning. It's probably like that last hour before I wake up, Jen, that I have like all these things, and I'm trying to tell myself in the dream that I'm going to remember them when I wake up, and I don't. And I just get so frustrated. And I'm just like, I mean, like every morning, it's not like, oh, I didn't sleep last night. It's not, I didn't dream last night. It's like, why can't you? And I don't. And some people say, oh, just get up and start writing down what you remembered. I'm like, I don't feel like writing it down. Like, what's wrong? Why? I just was right there. And then when I come to, it's not, it's like I can't get back to it. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm in class now until tomorrow morning. It's not going to be like, well, if I dream tonight. I dream every night. I dream every nap. I know I dream every nap. It's not that I can't remember the sequence of events. Because sometimes I be getting stuff so heavy, I be like, oh my God. And I just wake up and relish that somewhere in here. Let me just skip to the chase. These dreams over the last 90 days that I've had, will I be able to, in this course, discover how to go back and either recall them, or will it just be moving forward?
Anything is possible in the dream world.
I'm so happy that probably about halfway, before I called Firewater the other day, Sunday, I was like, take my money. I was like, take my money. She was like, I can't get the Venmo to work right. I said, try again. We're going to get it. We stopped the whole conversation until I got my money out. I was just like, you got to take some money. Take this. Somebody says, I guess maybe what happens when you don't dream often? I guess she just said that you don't remember often.
Yeah, because it said that we all have 8 dreams a night. And again, sometimes it's because you don't have enough energy. It requires energy to remember the dream. And the dream warrior's most precious asset is energy. So we have many different things we do to harness more energy.
Oh, so you just want to go to the human design. That's what you're saying. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Jen,
I'm a projector, so I like my sleep. So I take my super lucid siestas. I like to create,
okay, before we do human design, since you didn't say that, what is a super siesta? What siesta?
It's entering into the dream consciously, and it's like you've already created your plan. Like by that time, dream language, the secret language of dream symbols, right? Everything is in symbols. So we learn the secret symbols of dreaming, what those things mean, what they're going to create for you in your waking reality. So it's like you have a plan, and you're like, okay, I'm going to go to sleep, and this is what I'm going to dream, and it's going to create this for me.
And that's the siesta. That's the partay.
The super lucid siesta. Yeah, so it's like you take a nap, in the day.
Oh, man. Y'all can now put some questions in the chat because I will take over. I will ask all the questions. But while y'all not type the questions, I'm gonna go over to the number 2 magical thing that you need to be doing in 2021 is understanding this. I'm an astrologer. That's my picture. That's right. So I'll be teaching. This class has been up.
Can I say something for my folks that are listening? Because you said you learned this from an astrologer. Like you are a master astrologer. I think there's a very real difference, right? Like you are definitely a wisdom keeper of this knowledge and other knowledge. So I just want my folks that are listening, like y'all need to go here and get this because I'm going to be getting this and I'm taking my stuff to the next level as well. Because in the dream practices, we dream plant for things using the natural rhythm, cycles, measures, movement of the universe, right? So we plant for things we want to grow from new moon to full moon, for things we want to release, full moon to new moon.
Oh man. So then for somebody who doesn't know me, I think I said, you must work for the FBI, right? Because I also have a class, Moon Magic 28. If your timing is off, so is your ritual. Let that soak in. If your timing is off, so is your ritual. The last Moon Magic class you will ever have to take. Learn the 8 phases and rituals that finally fixes the timing that maximizes your magic. Watch the video below to find out how. So now you got my Moon Magic course, my astrology course, mixed with this dream university. How much money do you want to make in 2021? Now, let me just, because I get to the bag fast. If you're talking about really being free, that's my hashtag. Everything I got says live free at the end of it. If you really want to live free and be creative, because Jen understood that as soon as I said it, if I can do my astrological practices in my head while I'm asleep, and I can do my moon magic while I'm asleep, she just gave me back another 4 hours in the day to do what? Be creative.
Yeah, there's a whole thing that we do for specifically doing rituals for masculine and feminine energies in the dream state.
Huh? What was that? What was that?
Yeah, there's very specific rituals that we perform in the dream state to balance out the masculine and the feminine energies.
So you're telling me that you're also going to have things in the dream state that are going to help people with their relationships. Are you insinuating that, or are you just saying that straight up?
Saying that, that's for sure. You have to have like good relationships. Like for me, part of an enriching life, we're touching on everything. We're touching on your ancestors, your relationships, your money, your confidence, your worthiness, your future generations, helping them. Like we're touching on everything.
So for those of you who like are just joining, like you're in Jen's tribe. So this is my teacher, Sunyata, Grandmaster Sunyata Saraswati. This is his daughter, Jasmine Aten, one of the most powerful witches, mystics, and wisdom keepers that I know. She's been practicing candle magic since she was 3 years old. Her mother didn't buy her Barbie doll. She was given her tarot cards and candles. And we taught 18 classes last year, right? And the whole thing was about self mastery through self discovery. But then look what class number 2 was: sex, spells, rituals, and relationships. The best selling class that we have. Everybody likes money and all of that. And I couldn't teach it. Each of these classes is like 2 or 3 hours, was 10, 11, and 12. Relationship Science, Part 1, the psychology of Mars and Venus and right relationships. Now, this class, I just gave them a piece of what's in the astrological class. So if you're in my astrological class, this is cake. Then we had to come back next week and do practice makes perfect, courtship, cuffing, and communication.
The cuffing.
Right. So I can't teach a class without mentioning astrology. And now I can't teach a class without mentioning astrology and human design. And then cosmic contracts and conscious commitments. If you just get just these 3 classes and say, I don't want the moon magic, I don't want the astrology, but I just want to get my relationships together, and I want to come over and take the dream work, 2021 and 2022 and 2029 is going to be quite different than the last 10, 15 years of your life. I'm really tired of people going 6, 7 years without good sex. I'm tired of having clients come to me and say, I haven't had an orgasm in 5 years. I'm tired of people coming to me and saying all types of sad stories about their past relationships. Because what I think I'm the wisdom keeper of is strategy. And I use this right here, astrology, with these moon signs to make sure you get the proper relationship that you desire. If you get the proper relationship, then the proper revenue is sure to follow. Most of the time you are Jen, am I making any sense? Am I talking crazy or what?
Oh no, you're making absolute sense. I think it is, we have this, in my opinion, I'm going to speak from my opinion.
That's what I'd be doing too. When I'd be going too far, I'd be like, yeah, in my opinion.
Let me say this, that I believe there's a toxic culture of I'm gonna do it all on my own. I don't need nobody. And I'm like, y'all get it together. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, one, okay, but two, like two together, like building, growing, and wanting to support each other. Like, do you know how powerful that is? Like, that is a powerful force. So, yeah, I think that people need to have sacred relationships.
I ain't even asked about the cave yet. That's okay. I might get to that. Let me see if there's some questions in here real fast. Everett says, when you take your magic to the new level, Moon Magic 28, GPS 365, astrology, self-mastery, put it all together with Dream U University, what I do in my dream world will show up in the, he typed so much, he didn't even finish. He was just typing so hard, he just had to press enter. But I think I know what you're saying. Mercedes says, I've taken the self-discovery classes, the Moon Magic classes, and now sign up for the astrology classes. These Dream U classes are definitely intriguing to me. If I haven't let you down in the Moon Magic class and the self-discovery and the astrology, then stop letting it be intriguing. Let it be, I'm in. Okay? Come. Most of the time, I go study something by myself, and then I come and tell y'all. Now I'm telling y'all, you can be in class sit beside me, and they go to teacher right there. Okay? So, and then she gonna be over in the astrology class. Bruh, we done dream each other. Period. By the way, I was trying to get her to raise her prices for 2 hours. I told her to hold up for my people first. She was like, well, what do you think that it should cost? And I was like, oh, 10K. 10K easy. I know a whole lot of people pay 10K for this. Because here's the thing. I'm pretty blunt, okay? If you haven't noticed. I try to be correct sometimes. Sometimes I don't care. But you can pay it 2 ways. You can come see us and be intelligent and pay. Or you can pay the dumb tax. See, I paid so many thousands of dollars in the dumb tax because I didn't take action. But I had to pay somebody. You have to pay. So when you see something going crazy in my life or chaotic in my life, it's because I'm paying the dumb tax. When something chaotic is going on, it's not my fault or it's not Jen's fault. You ain't got the money to pay me or her or whoever. It's because you're paying the dumb tax. Stop paying the dumb tax. When you just do one strong move to tell the dumb tax collector you get no more, he'll stop coming around your house asking you for money. But if you keep doing dumb things, the dumb tax collector will be like, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Oh, ye, I have to wait until I get the money. I know why you ain't got the money. Because the dumb tax collector's already been through here already before you got to my video. So this video is for those who are tired of paying the dumb tax. Press 1 if you're tired of paying the dumb tax. Let me just see. I don't know. Some people may be offended, but some people may get what I'm saying, Jen. I claim that I have a very intelligent audience. Let me see how many people are tired of paying the dumb tax. Can I get you to press 1?
I always tell people we create our reality with the questions and the statements that we speak. So our inner winds, they are either creating obstacles and limits for us or they're clearing the path. So when it comes to saying, I can't do this, I tell people to ask themselves, how can I do this? So you can ask yourself, how can I be financially free? How can I meet the partner that my heart desires? How can I have the relationship that I desire, the life that I desire? Like start to ask questions instead of limiting yourself with statements.
I think somebody told me last couple of weeks I keep hearing it's not the answers that the wise man gives you, it's the questions the wise man asks you. I'm asking questions so you can figure it out. I'm here to empower your own greatness. I'm here to kickstart it. I could, those cars where you just have the keys in your pocket and you just get in and press the button. It could be that easy. But then there's a kind of car where you got to be like Fonzie. You got to go and bang it on the side, hit it with an elbow, and then kick it, and then jump back and say 3 curse words. I can be that kind of guy too. I'd prefer to just be the Tesla. When you walk up to the Tesla, it already knows you have the keys in the spot. The door unlocks by itself. You hit it, the door opens. You close the door and sit down and put it in gear. There is no key. You just get in and it put it in gear and you drive off. That's what we're trying to get. I'm into more ease this 2021. Okay. Jen, are you in for more ease or more work? Which one are you trying to do?
I'm a projector, so I'm all about the ease. I'm all about the sleep and the rest and the relaxation. We just sit back and wait for the invitation. Let me just plant the seeds and wait for the invitation.
Where are the generators to bring me more money? Right here. I'm here, and no problem. Keisha said, I have a question. Can you tell me what is the smartest class to take first? I finally can invest in myself and I'm ready. Um, I don't even want to even touch that. You got to make a choice. Like, but you can't do nothing. You can't just stand in the middle of the road. All
I would
right.
ask intuition, ask ancestors, ask whatever you believe and pray in, like what, and ask in your dream state before you go to sleep. While I'm dreaming, just say, I want the answer to which class should I take first.
Yes. Yes. Now I'm gonna tell you this. This is the crazy part. This is how blessed I am, and I know I'm blessed. Everybody knows I'm about the bag and getting my bread, right? And Jen was like before, she was like, what about how do I tell people to go to your stuff so they can get your stuff? I ain't even tripping because my stuff is open year round. I asked Jen the other day, I said, Jen, I said, is this open enrollment or is it going to be a one-time enrollment? And if it is, when are you going to open it up again? She said, I don't know when I'm going to open it up again. She said, I don't know when I'm going to open it up again. I said, oh, take this money. Now, Jen, your classes, the Dream Warrior class is just once a week, right?
The live class is, yes, once a week.
And then what else comes with that? So you get the live class once a week, and then is there a Q&A class or there a review or what?
So the live class is actually like Q&A, and that's going through fundamentals, asking, questions, getting feedback in terms of, okay, what have you noticed? And then me also giving like guidance in terms of do this, try this, right? And we do that on a weekly basis.
But the classes, they're like kind of recorded already. The course, we can take the course at our own rate, right?
Yes.
So basically, her class is like my astrology class. My astrology class is recorded, and then I'm going to be doing a weekly class to do question and answer. Don't matter if you're in week 1, week 5, week 6, whatever. You're a beginner, you're going to be in class with people who are at week 5. You're in week 5, you're going to be in class with people in week 2. I'm going to be giving everybody the sauce, right? I'm going to be sprinkling the human design in there as we go. So when you ask which class should I take, like Texas Hold'em. You know what Texas Hold'em is, right, Jen? That's the poker game.
I have a poker set in my car at all times.
My psychic ability at 29 degrees Taurus. Texas Hold'em is the biggest thing it takes. Say that again.
Queen of Diamonds, Queen of Hearts, remember?
Right? So the biggest thing about Texas Hold'em that everybody loves to hear is what? I'm all in.
All in.
See, people start gasping then. And the other people at the table, they start taking you serious. And they be like, oh, I fold. Never, my hand ain't, I'm good. You said you all in? That's the same thing. The universe is sitting at the same table that you gambling at. Which one should I take first? Do you have enough money to take 2, 3, 4 classes? You should be in the Dream U class, point blank, period. For me, if you're going to take a class from me first, it'll be my meditation class, which is free. So now you ain't got to spend no bread. The second class you should take from me is also free. It's the goal writing course. How do you write your goals? How you meditate? That's free 99 for me. You go to my Instagram, click on the bio, voila. After that, I would take personally the Prosperity 365. There's a coupon code over here that I have. This one right here. I would take that one. If you want to know which class of mine to take first, I love astrology. Jen's going to be in there. But this is the course I would take first if you're going to spend some money with me. Right? If you take this along with Dream U, it's a wrap. Everything on top of this is just icing. Just being, if you take my free meditation course, which is free, and the free goal writing course, take the Dream University and take this, you still, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. This is my favorite course because it was my easiest to teach. I made this for my nephew. He's 13. He don't really like astrology. He's not interested yet. He's very intelligent. He's like, I don't like to read, Uncle. Oh yeah. I'm like, all these books I got, boy, you better learn how to read. You better love to read. Who am I gonna leave these books to? But yes, your whole family. And that's the thing. We teaching for your family. We're trying to save everything under one roof. So if you have children, you better take this course. Right. You want your children got sleep paralysis or they got nightmares or something like that. Somebody's always asked you to interpret a dream. Well, if they, you know why somebody's always asked you to interpret a dream? They be asking me about interpreting a dream. It's because they're not commanding the dream. If they was commanding the dream before they went to sleep, and when they got up, they would tell me what the dream was about. Jen, am I close?
Mm-hmm. Right. We do teach dream interpretation, but that's just so you know if you need to cancel or redream it.
Mm-hmm. Redream? I can redream a dream?
Yeah, you can redream a dream, and it could have been years ago to create the reality that you want and to create the outcome that you want. And I do teach kids. Also, I'm right at 7 o'clock my time, and I'm about to go to the clubhouse for the universe, put some respect on my ancestors' name.
So y'all, hey, I really love y'all and all this right here, but over at Clubhouse, there's two places you should be. The Shroom Room, that's where I'll be at, and then where Jen is at. Last night, what was the name of the class that y'all did last night?
Cut the motherfucking cords.
Say the whole thing though, the Yoniverse, right?
Yoniverse, cut the motherfucking cords.
And tonight you're doing
the Yoniverse, put some respect on my ancestors' name, on your ancestors' name.
Okay, watch this. And you just met me when Friday. I'm gonna show y'all why. Just my sis right here. She didn't even know. No, not that one. Because I gotta let her go. She wants to go. Wait a minute, secure the bag. Class number 13 was the generational curse class, honoring and healing your ancestors. So you think that the teacher who did this class is not about to get off of here and go follow the host of put some respect on my ancestors' name? I sure do love y'all, but guess what? I'm finna get me a cup of coffee. I'm gonna pick up my little iPad right here behind me. Finna go over here. I'm probably gonna go out back and smoke me a little piece of CBD. And if you got questions, all you gotta do is DM one of us. It don't matter. But we ain't gonna answer tonight because I'm gonna be over in the clubhouse. You gotta have an iPhone and all that other stuff. So I don't know. Ever since I'm at the right place at the right time and I'm the right me. Let's go, Avengers Assemble. Bam, another one of Jen's teammates. Jen is she's an unashamed opportunist to y'all. I ain't gonna tell y'all how she is, but trust me, if I tell you that you are something, you done already gave me evidence. Oklahoma's in the house. I will learn to love to tap into the dream world deeper. It goes down in the dream world. LOL.
It does.
We done already told you. Taurus gang. How much, coach? Everything's got a different price. So a different price point. Everything's crazy affordable. Crazy affordable because Jen's is not 10,000 yet. Okay, so you better hurry up. I don't know what she's gonna.
Opportunities. That's why.
What'd you say?
Have scholarship, like partial scholarship opportunities. That's fine.
She has partial scholarship opportunities. Okay, I don't. So I just cut my price in half. It's $150 for the astrology course. The other stuff is $197. Subtract 22%. Keep it moving. Okay, got you. Funny thing, I was asleep. I was woken up to come to this live. You should do this again. Y'all are amazing. I can see it. I don't know if we can do this again because we really have a lot of other projects going on. So you're gonna have to just catch this replay. But Queen, you fine. So I don't know. I don't know. I might have to do it again. But what up, Lasia? All right. I think that's it. No, we don't got that. I'm scanning all the questions. That's how you do it. Study self, then teach. Absolutely. Can we get a little more info on the incubation portion? Now we might do something on that later. That's a good program. What is the incubation portion? But take the class. Is this gonna be covered in the class? In the course? 6 months?
We'll be speaking about it, yes.
Oh, the last part. At 5.5 weeks, Jen, tell them what you're going to do for people who are signed up in the Dream University. What happens at 5.5 weeks?
Oh, so it's 5.5 months. At 5.5
Five and
months,
a half months, excuse me.
we have a phone call and I talk to you about the program, how you're enjoying it, everything, and then I see if you're a good fit to go into the Dream Warrior training. So it starts at Dreamer's Journey, and then I see if you're a good fit to go into the Dream Warrior training. And
What
that's just month to month. So you get to, there's no like obligation.
what goes down in the Dream Warrior that doesn't go down in the Dream Journey? It really goes down in the Dream Warrior? Because I think you said the Dream Journey is like just to get the fundamentals.
Yeah.
Didn't you say like it takes 52 years really to teach this whole thing?
It was taught originally over 52 years. And I say that because that's how much like knowledge and teaching but the fundamentals, like that's so many of my students have had amazing results just using what is in Dreamer's Journey. Like amazing results.
What she said, so many confirmations from this. Family, look, love y'all. Jen's got to go set the room up. Jen, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to chop it up with them for about 4 or 5 more minutes, and then I'll be through there. Thank you so much, Queen. Go on and get it started. We're going to put some respect on some ancestors' name tonight.
Okay. Peace and blessings, y'all.
All right. Peace. All right, all right, all right. Did y'all enjoy that? I hope so. How many of y'all on Clubhouse? Press 1 if you're on Clubhouse and 0 if you're not in Clubhouse. I'm a student of Dreams U. I also have quarterly 1-on-1s with Jen. Lynn, good gracious. I know your stuff is popping. I want to be like Lynn. I love me, but Lynn is my future. Lynn, you send me a friend request. Any of Jen's students, I want to be friends. Bam. Thank you guys. I signed up on the waiting list. Yeah. Who signed up on the waiting list? Okay, Aquarius Nation. I love you too. Oh man, Natasha, you're not in Clubhouse. Richard, you are. Yes. Queen, you not. Brandon, you not. Come on, man. Gabrielle is in. You gotta have an iPhone or an iPad. Teresa's in. So all of y'all that's on that have iProducts, you're in Clubhouse, then we'll see you over there. Oh, Lynn, that was you the other night that we were doing the charts. My apologies, y'all. We didn't get back to the human design. Yeah, I wanted to talk about a whole bunch of stuff, but I didn't get to it. Okay. Queen P said I signed up for both of you. Okay. Come through like and then action taker. Big shouts out to Queen. Whoever took action tonight, big shouts out to you. So I got my Aquarius on board, who just had Jupiter and Saturn moving to Aquarius, and she taking action. All right, Queen, I see you in the building. I want to learn more about HD. See, I can't teach HD by itself. I teach fundamentals, but I think that if you have a strong astrological fundamentals, HD is a lot easier. Richard Glass says he took 7 grams of the penis envy last night. Amazing. Dun 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 dun. Yes, we are high doses. Like that's the God degree. All right. Peace to you all. Sweet blossom and dreams to you. Peace to you too, Lynn. All right, fam. I'm out of here. I found y'all in peace. I'm gonna leave y'all in prayer. Make sure y'all go over to catch my Instagram, which is right here. Everything is in the bio. Right? Just click on the bio. Ta-da. It's a free meditation course. That's how you write your goals. Free miracle prayer download. 8 cycles of the year explained. Prosperity 365 GPS masterclass. Moon Magic 28 masterclass. The last Moon Magic course you will ever take. And Keep It Simple Astrology. Plus the self-discovery mastery classes. And if you want to get a one-on-one session with me, all you got to do is come over and pick your brain one-on-one. I do astrology sessions. I do those, but it's not. I mean, if that's what you want, you can. Go over to ou517.com. I really like to just get down with the babies more than anything else. There's a 30-minute pick my brain session. It's like 30 to 45 minutes. And then this is the human design astrological consultation for adults. And then here's the one, the relationship astrology consultation. And then there's one for the babies, Astro 361 consultation and reading for the babies. And then here's the Keep It Simple astrology course. It does say 300, but if you put in Keep 50, you will get this at 50% off. All right, or you can just go straight over here and you just add it to the cart. You scroll down and it says, if you're not a member, click here to join now. And voila, you already have it priced. Yeah, this is the price it probably will. I'm trying to raise it back up to $1,000. It's $1,000 course, easy. Okay, you have lifetime access. If you're not pulling the trigger on this, I don't know what you're pulling the trigger. I can't give it away because that creates an imbalance. So, how the course is designed, it has 6 modules. Every module is already recorded, so you can do all of this on your telephone. You're gonna need paper. You need a whole notebook, not just paper and pen. You need a whole notebook with different colors. You're gonna learn about the diurnal, how many minutes in a day and why. Then when you finish, you fill out your homework, and then I'll be answering homework in the live classes. Then you go to module 2, right? You need the blank charts. Download it right here. That's in case you didn't like drawing it. So everything's pretty much provided. Okay? All of your children can take this. They're homeschooled, they're on a break, they're getting on your nerves. Put your kids in class. When they taught astrology in elementary school, we built pyramids. When they took astrology out of elementary school, they moved us into projects. In week 6, I show you how to get your money back and way more. Giving a reading, creating the flow. Where is this at? Yeah, I talk about it in here. Like, you're going to easily be able to get $300 per session, just like I do. So if you could take it just for personal reasons, or you could, you could add it to your, you could just add it to your wheelhouse. Or you do something like, if you're a Reiki practitioner, or you have another practice. All right. Oh man, synastry is in there. So y'all getting all kind of funky fly stuff. Yeah. The timeline, week 5. Praise the Lord. All right. I gotta go because I'm getting ready to go over here and put some respect on some ancestors. Appreciate y'all for coming out this evening. Can't wait to share in Clubhouse. Facts. You're welcome, Queen. Natasha says, I took a couple of classes with you and Jasmine. The candle spell Jazz gave me, and the suggestion from you about Ganesha helped me get a 3.5 GPA last semester. Screenshot. Absolutely. That's one for the books. I'll take a screenshot of that. Hold on, I'm doing that myself. Put that up here for myself. Give me that. Posting that right now. Thank you, Natasha. Appreciate that. I'm in there. This was awesome. All right, Miss Bay. Found you in peace. I'm gonna leave you in prayer. Take a nice big deep inhale through the nose. Slow exhale out the mouth. Anabakoa, Gidulakimenka, Tatia Tezara, Kabel Runan, Amcham, Sagvanu, Taharan Mira, Nag and Board, Shea Kadeka, Kababasham, Barkantara, Rakane, Tazika Taker to meet Gamma. Sing Kadosh, Pararu Tufka, Nahela Taker. Keep your hair on Japanese or prayer Katushka Taker. Shavachanu Kabel, Usman, Tazakatanu, Yadeo Talamo, Rukshin, Kavumakuto, Ranambrae. Mahale y'all. Peace. Tamiris. Peace. See you in the morning.